Okay, straight to the point. So in this case, we're gonna talk about how to name your script files. The professional way, the one which is normally used. So now let us copy this path. I'm not so sure if it's gonna copy. Okay, let us copy this path and let us open it on our web browser. Right, let's just go here and then say web browser. Right, so it shows like this. I mean, if you have never seen a website like this before, that means those people are using a good practice, right? So years ago, I've also seen things like this, a website is showing the similar structure, and I think it was a website for downloading movies. And then but when you are dealing with when you are making your own website, it is not a good practice for people to see exactly how your website is structured, you see. So uh, the best way to name your files is to use is to name for example, as you can see, this file it's named home.html, and I hope you are also using this you are watching this video, because normally you name your homepage as home.html or home.php, but then that is not the perfect way to name your home files, you see. So uh, one of the reasons is because, for example, let's say someone was typing was typing your website, and then, for example, let's say someone goes to Google, they say google.com, and then it shows something like this. I mean, those people will be shocked, especially many people are not used to how website work, so they'll be shocked if they see something like this. So enough talking, let us go straight uh, to it. So the perfect way to name your files is to use is to say new file. Let me just save. Is to use index.html. So the name, the first page that you want to show when your person a visitor comes to your website is to name it index dot and then the file extension that you'll be using. The popular one is html, php, and then this other one called aspx. Yes. So now if I say save, I go back to this site and then refresh, it will still show the same, because I am not running it's because I'm not running the URL under a server. So if I refresh, it still shows the same, but now you can see that the index.html it's here, right? So the perfect way to actually see how this is useful is to use a sorry, what is it? Is to use a server, right? But for now, let me just okay. For now, let me just okay. Yeah, let me just go straight to it. Let me change this with localhost. If you have watched my previous videos, you know what localhost is. So localhost. So by default, it shows nothing because it went to to this file and it has nothing on it. So let me just write something html, and then in the body okay, let me just say h1 and type index homepage, index home page html, so that you can see the difference, right? And then if you refresh, it says index.html, even though here at the top it's not written index.html. But even if I still write index.html, there will be no change because it was the same a file that was accessed. Just that normally when people type the link to your website, they don't say google.com/index.html. It's too much for them, so they just write google.com, and then the server will open index as the first page, the same as you call it home, you see. So yeah, the first page that is opened, it's index.html. But because the server prioritizes, PHP other than HTML, it then, if we create another file, if we can create another file called called index.php, and then now I open the script and then say echo, let me just say h1 here. Oh, okay, let me not confuse you. Let me just say index php, right? And then let us close our script. So because a server prioritizes PHP instead of HTML, if we can now come back here and refresh, it will say index PHP because the server prioritizes PHP other than HTML. So if we refresh, it says index PHP. But the good thing about this is because instead of the user seeing all these unnecessary files that they don't really know what they are all about, the server will, if you go inside the link, or inside this path, it will just stick to index, you see. And then now the people will be able to see what your homepage looks like, instead of seeing a bunch of files that they don't really know what they mean. And also this may be useful in cases where you don't want people to access certain files, but that will be on another video where I will be talking about redirecting users. Yeah, but for now, you as from today, you know how to proper name your homepage. It's not home dot whatsoever, it's index dot, it can be HTML, PHP, or ASPX. But now you know that instead of using home for your homepage, you will use index. So I hope this video was very useful. If you have any questions, you can leave them on the comment sections. So yeah, see you next time.